Hey, how are y'all? Welcome to the party. Good morning, by the way. Happy Saturday to you. I have a fun little Charlie Brown project that I want to do today. So come and hang out with me. And let's just hang out for a little while. I've got plans this afternoon and this evening. So I figured I might as well do my live now, so that I can go and spend the day. I'm going to get my lashes done here in a little bit. And then I have a Friendsgiving tonight with my girlfriends from high school, you guys. I've seen one of them. Well, I've seen a couple of them since high school, but like, it's been a solid 20 years since I've seen most of them. There's only one that I saw her last year. She came and stayed at my house during the hurricane. Hi, Kathy. How are you? I'm going to use this acrylic paint. It's called Natural Buff to paint this simple tag and my Charlie Brown cutout. Okay. I don't really care what color I use for the simple tag because I'm going to use some paper over it. In fact, let me turn on my little mini heat press so it'll heat up. I just want it to be a light color, okay? So not super concerned with what color I use. I was going to use white, but then I'm like, let me just use the same color I'm going to use on Charlie for his face. And then it's the same, right? Hey, Joanne, how are you? All right, and then I'm not even using like anything to hold my paint, just right on the brush, y'all. Ain't nobody got time for any of that nonsense. Alright, I just want a good base coat. I am going to do a second coat on Charlie. I'll probably leave that first coat and be good with, well, maybe not. My paper, this is the paper I'm going to use on the tag. So maybe I do need to do another coat. It's kind of streaky. I don't know that you'll be able to see it through it, but I just don't want it. I want it to look like it's white. So the paper is kind of thin. It's, I think I got this at Hobby Lobby. I don't know. Maybe. A long time ago. It's been forever. So who knows where I got it from. Could be anywhere, honestly. But it's not like a regular scrapbook paper, which I actually kind of prefer to use a paper like that on decoupage projects because it's thinner and it's easier to tear it away than scrapbook paper is because it's so darn thick. You could cut it out perfectly for your shape, but I do like to use just a sanding block and sand the edges off. It gives it kind of a cleaner line, and then you don't screw it by cutting it wrong, which is something that I would do. If I had to cut it, I'd be cutting it wrong. I can't cut a straight line. I can't draw a straight line to save my life, even if it's traced, okay? That's not my forte. I'm also going to give Charlie one more coat so that I don't have to paint his face as much. We are going to use some paint pens to color him in. As you know, all of these Charlie Brown or Snoopy Peanuts transfers are just line drawings. So if you want it colored in, which, you know, I could go either way, honestly. It could be just the outline, or it can be filled in with color. Either way looks really cute. I've seen it done both ways, but I want to color mine in. As always, I am a coloring girly. I love to color. I don't know, it's always been a thing that I've loved ever since I was a kid and now even into adulthood, so I don't mind using markers to color. And it makes painting so much easier because I can't paint with a paintbrush to save my life. Alright. Okay. So my aunt texted me last night and said that my dad's sister had a heart attack yesterday and was taken to the hospital. I think she's okay. They couldn't find any blockages or anything like that, so I don't really know what is going on, but they did say they were about to release her today, so that's good. Hey Lynn, how are you? I'm going to go ahead and decoupage this part, get it out of the way, and then I can turn off my heat press. So I painted it first just to get a decent, not have it look brown through the paper. Hopefully this color is light enough. Oh god, that's way too much. Y'all, I'm doing the most over here. Okay, way too much. I don't know what's wrong with me. Okay, I thought I was doing it right and then I didn't. So don't do that. Okay. I'm so excited to see all my girlfriends this evening. So it's going to be, let me think. Me, Celeste, Heather, Leslie, and my friend Emily, and my friend Angela. So however many that is. It's so exciting. And I decided I'm going to take my hat press stuff with my hats from my hat bar, and we're going to all make hats, which is fun. So each of us signed up to bring a dish. I didn't want to have to cook anything because I do have an appointment before I go over there. So I'm going to have to go over there directly for my appointment. So I didn't want to have to cook anything. So I just picked up some desserts from Walmart last night because, and I'm lazy too. Okay. That's really my fatal flaw, I think, is my laziness. I think that's probably what's going to get me in the end. Hopefully not, but it's no joke. Okay? Anyways, so I'm going to dry this. I did a thin coat. As you could see, I mean, you probably couldn't tell because I made such a mess of it, but this is a thin coat. Make sure they go all the way to the edge, okay, on every single edge. And we're going to go right over that hole. We'll poke out the hole in a few minutes. Hey Terry, how are you? No, I did not place an order yesterday. Y'all, I was crazy busy with work. And then I had a ton of errands to run. I went to Walmart and I did a little bit of Christmas shopping yesterday. And y'all would have thought that I was like some kind of maniac in that store, okay? I mean, it was... Hi Margie, how are ya? It was like... I felt like the Beverly Hillbillies with that cart, okay? It was just full of junk that probably no one wants, but I don't care. I did buy my daughter a blow dryer, which I didn't give it to her for Christmas. I should have made her wait, but she uses my blow dryer all the time in my bathroom, and then she leaves all of her makeup on my counter, and girl, my counter does not have room for your makeup. My makeup is on there, and you can just get out, okay? So that way she's got her own stuff. And then she comes in and she tells me, because she's actually staying in my guest room right now, she's like, well, is that for me or is it for the room? And I'm like, if you need the stupid blow dryer, just take it with you when you leave. Just hurry up and get out of my house. Like, honestly, if it only cost me a $15 blow dryer for you to leave and move out, then sayonara, baby. No, I'm just kidding, but sort of. Mostly. I'm joking. Okay, but yeah, she's a welcome house guest. It's just, come on. Get it together, kid. Anyway, we're going to dry this all the way, okay? It's feeling sort of dry. And then, I don't want to do the wet method with Mod Podge because, I mean, with a piece of paper, it's not so bad. But whenever you do the wet method with a napkin or whatever, it gets all, like wrinkled and gross looking. I don't want that, okay? So that's why I like to do the hot method. I mean, the dry method. And basically what this is going to do is it's going to cause that glue to it's going to like get it re-sticky. So now I'm going to just use my little mini heat press. And I'm going to go over the entire thing. And I'm just going to move it around, okay? On the whole entire thing. Now, I'm going to make sure that I get the edges really well. I did these little tags come in a 2-pack. Okay, this is the 5x7 tag. If you comment the keyword, which is Charlie, you'll get the link. Okay, and they're really cute. They're good quality little. I'm gonna leave that on. I didn't mean to hit the button to turn it off. They're good quality pieces of wood, and they're fun to use. Okay, plus they're cheap, so you can buy them and have them laying around for whatever your heart's desire. Okay, I'm gonna just cut this out, and just so that I don't have so much paper to work with on the edges. Okay, and then I'm gonna just go around and make sure that I got all of it. Okay, there's my tag. All right, now I have a sanding block here. I'm going to use this one. This one's brand new. Okay, it doesn't have any paint on it, which... Ooh, I'm excited for you. I still have not looked at those other spindle files that I bought. Sorry, I've been engrossed in work. But I promise you I'll do it soon. And get them cut out and listed on my Etsy so that you can go and order those. But I did buy some more spindle stuff if y'all like spindles. I need to do those projects actually. Y'all, I've been just crazy around here. I'm sorry I've been not present as much as I should be. So if you notice, I am going in a downward motion on this. I don't want to go up because I don't want to chance tearing the paper or pulling it up off of my surface. But this will kind of cut it and it'll pull away. Now, whenever you do this with a napkin, it tears super easy. And this is what I was talking about, okay? See, I mean, this paper is even a little bit harder. It's way harder than a napkin would be, but imagine a thick paper. Ugh. You have to cut it out if you use a thicker scrapbook paper, okay? So I like to, for this kind of stuff, I like to use a thinner paper. Plus I bought a couple of books of the thinner paper, and it's all different kinds of designs. My thicker paper that I have is just plain background colors, okay? Oh, good. I'm glad that you got the message. That's perfect. So if you're not getting a notification whenever I go live, if you comment the keyword, which is Charlie, you can click on the link at the bottom to get the message in Messenger whenever I go live. And then it has a link right there that you can just join the live directly from the link, which is really cool. Okay, we're done. Now I've got a giant mess on my desk. There's that. Okay, now I'm going to just take a little, or you can comment the word. Okay, so to do the exclamation mark notify thing, you have to do exclamation point and then the word notify. Okay, the word notify by itself will not do it. Okay, I'm going to just take my detail tool, which has the pokey stabby, and poke that through. And then I'm going to just move it around like that to get the hole. Okay, and then that way I can take my oops, this is the string that came with it, and I just unstring it, so that's fun. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm a nightmare today. I'm excited for you, Margie. I have not done any Christmas decorating. I know that I told y'all that I had every intention of doing it after Halloween. And guess what? I didn't do that. So now I'm in a scramble because I'm leaving next week on Wednesday to go to my parents for Thanksgiving until Saturday. So I'm going to try to maybe put up my tree tomorrow. But luckily we don't have, so we have permanent Christmas lights on our house, so I don't have to worry about that, which is amazing. If you want permanent Christmas lights on your home, y'all, it is so cool. I absolutely love having them. I can just change the color right from my phone. I'm going to wax this, okay? Make sure the paint's fully dry before you do that. But so our lights are going right now. They're like, I changed them to like a Thanksgiving color scheme, which is fun. And then after Thanksgiving, it will automatically go to Christmas. So that's kind of cool. It automatically does it. So I can just set up a schedule and they turn on and off on their own. I love it, y'all. Anything automated, I'm here for it because I don't want to be having to do things manually ever. Okay. I also have been struggling big time because my dog's tracking all the dirt, mainly Dozer, because he's got all this hair and he goes out there and rolls around in the dang dirt. And then he comes in and tracks it into my nice clean floors, and then I can't stand to walk on the floors barefooted, which is the only way that I walk around my house pretty much. So I bought the Shark robot vacuum, and I am very happy with it. It is so pleasing to not have to sweep my entire house because all of our floor is not carpet. So like every bit of it has to be swept manually and I cannot be bothered. But once every now and then, and even that is too much for me. When I do have to do it, it's very annoying. So thank God for the little pleasures in life, you know? Okay. Now, I've got my Charlie on here. He looks pretty darn good. I'm going to use, oh gosh, this black velvet is questionable at best. Let me see. I've got one here. I'm going to use it instead. It's pretty dry. Yeah, me too. I can't be walking around with shoes on. And my mom, anytime she is with me, she's always wearing shoes in the house. Like, always has to have flip-flops. I can't do it. I don't want to do it. Sometimes I do, like if I'm like cooking or something. Oh, this has a tear in it already. Fun. If I'm cooking and I'm standing for a long time, then I will wear shoes because my feet will hurt. The bottoms of my feet will start hurting if I'm on a hard floor. But other than that, I'm not interested in shoes inside. Okay, this is just black velvet paste. I need to get me another jar. Okay. And then we are going to go and color him in. Okay, so I've got my Artex pens out ready to go, which I love those pens. They're really excellent. They color more like markers than paint pens. So for something like this, they work really, really well. They are pretty good pigment wise. They aren't good like over other paint. So like the white one isn't good for like the line or whatever, you know, the little dash lines or whatever that you make to do like all of the accents, but I use a Posca for that. Okay, that's pretty much all I use Posca for anymore. Okay. Now, here's my Charlie. He's pretty cute. And I have a picture, an example, because I was trying to figure out like what colors I'm going to use, and so I did pull up a picture of someone else's painting of them so that I could copy it, because I have no imagination for myself. It's hard for me to picture it, you know what I'm saying? So I just needed to do that. So we're going to start out with brown. We're going to use brown on his shoes. And I'm just going to color right in the lines. And I'm going to try not to go over, like, well, I did it anyways, so that's good. Try not to go over the little lines for his shoes. But I can touch that up, I think, in a second. Or we could even put the transfer down again if I need to, which would be fine to do. I think that's probably what I'll do, actually. And then for his hat, I'll also do brown. That same brown color. Sorry, y'all. My phone's ringing, so I I had to decline it though. I'll call her back. Yeah, I think we'll put this down one more time. I was thinking that I could easily color this in without messing up my paste lines, but I'm not feeling it. So I'm going to just go for it. And then this transfer is so tiny, it's easy to clean and lay it down again and just go over it so that my lines are nice and crisp. Okay. And then this little tree trunk also needs to be the same brown. There's that. And then he's holding this little, like, the little base for the tree. And so I'm trying to see, it's kind of hard to tell, but I think it's like that. And that color that I used for his skin tone is just perfect. I'm glad it is. It's a little bit of a pinky. It's not, though. It's like a pasty white, which works good. Okay, so there's my Charlie so far. And then I need to do his shirt. And then I want to add a couple little accents on the tree so that it doesn't just look like he's like... So these are Artex pens. They're on my Amazon link. If you comment the keyword, you'll see my Amazon at the bottom. If you want me to just send you the link to them, I can do that. I love these because they're like markers. And they are paint pens. They are acrylic ink. But they go on like markers, and it's really easy to control the paint. With like Posca pens, because it's a liquid ink, oh, I feel very scared to use those on something like this. I could never, because I don't feel like I can control it as well. Okay, I might do a second coat on his shirt. It's not loving this pen. I might have, it might be because I waxed, but that's okay. It'll take. His little hand is in his pocket, so I'm going to just color right over all of that. And make sure that I get all of this shaded in, and then we'll just come right back and we'll put down the transfer one more time just to solidify all of our line work and make it look really crisp on top of the paint, okay? And then no one will ever be able to tell that you colored it in. It will look like something that you bought at the store. Y'all, I see Charlie Brown stuff everywhere. All the Snoopy and Charlie Brown. I don't know if y'all realize how trendy Peanuts is. It's so weird because Chalk, you know, they have to order stuff way ahead of time. And so they have to understand what the trends are going to be. Yeah, I'll send it to you. And it's amazing to me how they're able to understand what the trends are so far ahead of time. Does that make sense? Like, it doesn't, in my brain, it doesn't compute. Because, like, how do they know? I don't know what that process looks like. The creative brain is very strange to me. Now, I'm just taking my little pen, and I'll show you what I'm doing. And I'm not coloring over the black, okay, on the tree. I'm just adding a little line near each of the little stems, like the little limbs or whatever of the tree. And I'm not like coloring it in or anything. I'll show you. Okay, that's what I did on the tree around it. Just to give it a little bit of greenery because, I don't know, it has a little bit. Okay, but you can see where like the line work isn't as prevalent on there, but I'm going to fix that because we're going to clean this transfer up and redo it really fast. Just one swipe over it and that will make it really defined. Okay, so get this thing cleaned up. I probably should have used a baby wipe first, but that's okay. This is, my husband's in there screaming, or not screaming, but he's like yelling. He doesn't know how loud he talks, I swear. And he's got his headphones on because he's playing video games with his friends. Plus they get very, very excited and aggressive sometimes when they're playing, and he yells. So like whenever I play with them, either sometimes he's very soft and quiet and I have to turn up the volume just for him so that I can hear just him, or sometimes he's so extremely loud that I have to turn down all of my volume to mute his voice from my head because he's just like, you're too much, honey. So either too much or not enough. I never can tell which it's going to be. Okay, now make sure this is totally dry. It looks dry, but in some cases it doesn't. So I'm going to just pat the tiniest bit of surface wax on here, okay? On the parts that I colored in, okay? Just to make sure. Yeah. We play all kinds of video games around here. Mostly online games where we can play with our friends. And right now he's currently stuck on this one game that he's been playing for the past probably month or so. And I'm not really interested in this game that he plays. It's similar to Call of Duty or something like that. And I don't want to play those kind of games. Where I don't mind the shooting games, but I don't like the ones where you're fighting against other actual people. I don't like that because they're ruthless, other people. At least I know with like, if I'm playing against a computer, I can usually win and it's gonna be a fair fight, right? Against actual real people in the world, they are not nice. And I don't like it because I'm not good at that. It's stressful to me. So when he plays games like that, I either don't play or I play a different game by myself, which is fine. Okay. There we go. Now, I'm going to peel this up and we're going to see. Ooh, that's so cute. He's a little cutie patootie, I swear. Look at him. He is so cute. What a handsome guy. Alright. I'm out of baby wipes. I have a whole giant box over there. I need to grab another pack of them. Okay, so now that we've got our Charlie, let's dry him. Okay. Yeah. Chris wears the noise canceling ones and y'all, he's loud. He's at the very front of the house, which is kind of far for me, and I can hear him yelling about this, that, and the other. Okay? Plus they just get like it gets a little tense. Oh my gosh, this is too cute. Oh, I love it. Okay, let's see. So I did turn this on. Well, my battery's dead. So that's great. I swear to you, I changed that battery out. I thought before I started that I changed the battery, but maybe not. I still haven't opened that box in my hallway, which is now It's like that one box that's been sitting in there had children, and now there's a bunch of baby boxes. Haven't opened any of them because I've been engrossed in work and trying to just survive adult life, y'all, I swear. The struggle about what's for dinner, you guys, nobody told me that that was going to be the most torturous thing I was going to have to endure as an adult woman. Why? Why did you guys hide this from me? That's what I want to know. Is the question, what's for dinner, is like I don't want to hear it, okay? Don't ask me that. Now, this is our project. Isn't it cute? And I was thinking, I don't know if I'm going to do this or not, but I want to do like a tiny little bow. So, here, look. I already had this cut. It was just laying on the floor there, waiting for me to pick it up to use it. I don't know if I'm going to actually use it or not, but we might. I didn't want to use ribbon because I didn't want it to be like too much, but that's going to be cute. So, cool. That's good. I just dropped my scissors into that paint. Well, I'm a nightmare today, apparently. Okay? Living my own nightmare. So I think that will be cute right there. I'm going to put it there. And then I can take this little tag and I can add it to a wreath. Or I can do a number of things with it. I would really like to add it to a Christmas wreath to put on my front door. What do y'all think? Anyways, I love this. I hope you do too. You can comment Charlie right here in the comments to grab the link, to grab this little cutie patootie for both all of the stuff that I use, the chalk stuff, and the cutout I have on my website. Okay? Love you guys. Have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? I just, in the stick fast in the bottle, I cut the top off of it, which was a problem because I cut kind of too big of a hole. And so now I've used all my stick fast because it comes out too fast and too much. But we are where we are. It's fine. Anyways, love you guys. See ya.